Yeah, I just think there's so much of that still going on this team. I just across the board. I mean, when you look at this roster, you got as many of those linebackers coming back. Like, geez, I think those are going to be probably till the early part of the season, until some of those things get defined. Because I just think there are good players and there is high-end competition. Obviously, at the tight end position, you've got good players, and a guy like Cooper Alexander, geez, he's had an incredible camp. And so there's a guy that's healthy that nobody really knows about, but I think we internally felt like he was really good, and boy, he's had a great start to things. And so he's pushing for playing time at the receiver position. I mean, geez, with what Chase has done, and then you talk about Dom, and I think he's had an incredible camp so far. And you talk about X, you talk about just this group in general right now at receiver. Brett Eskelson, like, again, who's playing when it matters the most, right? I think those things are going to be really unique to kind of continue to find out. No different at tailback. I think Carson set a really high standard, and I think Abu, has done a really great job. Dylan Lee has had an incredible camp so far, which I think is awesome to see. And then you got some really young, talented guys behind him. With Flora coming and what he's done, and then you flip over defensively. Probably as deep as we've been in nose. I think really talented there. Kamari Moore's had a really great camp to kind of push those guys at the top. I think that defensive end position is going to continue to, go. Thomas had a really great camp. It's exciting to have him. I think he gets better every day in terms of certainly where he's at, what that looks like. Pushing kind of the pile of guys there in terms of what that looks like. And, even the secondary, I mean, Kaijon Cummings-Coleman, I know I continue to talk about him, but the type of camp he's had has been remarkable so far. So, I just think across the board, there is a lot of depth in terms of that. And again, that you're going to have high-end competition with this group, I think, right now, because there's a lot of guys that want to play. And I think those battles are going to go way longer than, even just week 0 and week 1 of the season. I think until we kind of iron it out and see who's ready to step up in the big moments, I think those will be some telltale signs for us.